are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. He'll find Everett there, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Ekeler. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Chargers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow it.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To try again after the sack, Herbert. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Herbert. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
It all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Herbert off the play action. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now it's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They snap it to Herbert. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, It has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And some space here. And all the way home for a Broncos score. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times have we talked about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Chargers, nothing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Kelly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Kelly to throw. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and now allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Kelly. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because there's 3rd down. You're already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Once more, here's Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert on 3rd down now. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. On first down, it's Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
At the Chargers' 17-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Kelly. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And his kick is indeed good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Off the option, here's Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are in offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is caught by Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, as the first half is winding down, and the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Kelly. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Kelly to throw. Out route complete to Dulcich. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And have that what he did after the catch.
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams. His first rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action. It's Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Running on first down, Eckler. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Denver. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw is Kelly. Open man, and again it's Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
42, Chargers 14.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he's got Austin Ekeler on the slant. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Ekeler, they run left side. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake to Ekeler, it's Herbert rolling to his left. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. A good pickup there at 22. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Washington now brings this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Play action, it's Kelly. This will be caught. Judy. And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Kelly to throw. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Kelly. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pull.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Baron Browning, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
He was taken down.
Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. From the left hand, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one.
And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And they will take a knee here. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.